my gosh, guys, did you hear? Pete Hegseth is being accused of a war crime. But did he do it? Let's look at the facts. Hey guys, Bullhorn Betty here with Right Move Broadcasting, and actually, let's call it Move Right, because we want people to move right? I'm Bullhorn Betty, and we're covering the case right now of this whole narco-terrorist, Pete Hegseth, ordering this second attack, and it's becoming clear that there were no second strikes. It is literally rumor, in my opinion, what we're hearing. So according to a new Fox News article, Donald Trump publicly defended Pete Hegseth, the war secretary, after reports claim that Hegseth ordered a second strike on a suspect narco trafficking boat, even after there was reportedly survivors from an initial strike. Now, this was reported on Fox News as well as New York Post. Trump says he believes him, being Pete, meaning that he accepts Hegseth's denial that such an order, such as kill everyone or no survivors, was ever given. The article claims that the government frames the strikes as part of an anti-drug and narco-terrorism campaign, described the operation as lethal, kinetic strikes to destroy narco boats and kill narco-terrorists alleged to be linked to the designated terrorist group. The article does not, and I want to repeat this very, very clear for you guys, it does not, and I mean does not, present confirmed evidence, not one specific verifiable piece of evidence that a second strike was ever even ordered. It reports allegations, the denial, and the public defense of Hegseth. As of this article, what we have is a serious allegation plus a strong denial. That means legally and ethically, the question is still open and not conclusive. So let's look at some war crimes and legal standards. A war crime generally requires that an act occurs in the context of an armed conflict under International Criminal Court, ICC standard and customary international humanitarian laws, or IHL. Internationally targeting civilians or otherwise unlawful killings, non-combatants, or persons or day combat is a war crime. Outside of the armed conflict or where the conflict nexus is questionable, the killing of people without due process or when they pose no immediate threat may be construed as extrajudicial or arbitrary execution, violating international human rights laws. For even more serious international crimes, Rome's statute of the International Criminal Court crimes, like crimes against humanity, killing must usually be a part of a widespread or systematic attack against civilian population. Whether it's a war crime or a serious human rights crime depends heavily on the context, facts, and motives. And it is in my opinion that these do not rise to either level. If the following is true, that is, if they can be proven, then what's described could amount to a war crime. There was an armed conflict nexus, i.e. the U.S. considered itself at war with a narco-terrorist group or boat crew threatening the boat as a legitimate military target. Is that a case of IHL? Would that apply? The survivors from the first strike were not actively hostile, no threat, no arms, incapacitated, or trying to surrender, making them hors de combat, non-combatants. So there are some things here, but the question is, was the second strike ordered? And according to Pete Hegseth, the answer is no. The reports remain allegatory. What's public right now is a claim, second strike, kill everyone order, and a firm denial. That means no legally verified record yet, no public evidence of chain of command, no unambiguous proof of intent, no transparent after-action account. The classification of these strikes as part of war on narco-terrorism is itself legally and politically contested. If there's no recognized armed conflict with requisite war crime timeframe, then international humanitarian law may not apply. In that case, you revert to human rights and domestic law framework, which are serious but legally different. I truly believe that these have been identified as narco-terrorist organizations. They're funneling the narco drugs and narco terrorists into our country. And our Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, is saying nah to the nah, nah, nah. And lots of people don't like it. You got to remember, substances is a big market, a multi-billion-dollar market. And trust me, I do believe that there are people in the highest level of government that are rubbing elbows with some of these cartel members. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Right Move Broadcasting. Take care and God bless.